Hi, my name is Richard Woodruff and I'm the AV tech here at DVC. I've been asked to do a brief video demonstration of how the equipment works in the math building. So we're upstairs in Math 251 and all the classrooms in the math building are laid out. All the equipment is virtually identical with the exception of MA 103 and 104, which are social science rooms, and MA 101, which is a larger lecture hall that's used by just about every department on campus. So these rooms are all equipped with LCD projectors mounted to the ceilings and with document cameras that are mounted to the little tables in the front of the room. They all have pull-down screens, they all have stereo audio systems, and they all have DVD VCRs. So the amplifiers and DVD VCRs are in the cabinet. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But for now, before I start, I just want to explain really quickly the difference between an LCD projector and an overhead projector. LCD projectors are mounted to the ceiling. They are actually overhead, but they're not overhead projectors. Overhead projectors are the kind of projectors that you've all seen and we grew up with in class, more commonly known as a transparency projector. So just a point of nomenclature for clarification. So with all that being said, let me show you how this whole little place works. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull down the screen. You don't need to pull it too hard. It should stop. Releasing it and making it go up is a matter of just dropping it a little bit and it'll roll all the way up to the top. We'll keep it down. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here to the cabinet. Cabinets are locked. You can get a key from the division secretary. She should have one. And maybe you can even get one of your own. I don't know about that. I have one. So this is the AV cabinet, and in here we find the whole AV system, including, first off, the remote control to turn on and off the projector. So I'm going to turn on the projector right now, and that's mounted on the ceiling in the back of the room. A little noise that comes up, and we'll see in just a second how it comes up here. Comes up and it says Note Vision. Unless you're using playing a DVD from the player or a tape from the player, you're going to want this on computer, and the computer button is right up next to, on the top left, under the standby button. I have my laptop here on the table. I'm going to plug it in. So there's a short VGA cable, which is right here, and this is going to get plugged in to the side of the computer. You want to make sure it's the right way, right side up. And you want to make sure it's all the way connected and that this isn't hanging off the edge of the table anywhere, so that it's a pretty solid connection. I've got the option of using audio, so I'll plug into the audio thing here. You can hear it come up on the speakers. On the computer, by hitting Function F8, we've got a total of 4 different possible displays. What we want is duplicate. So I'm going to go up to duplicate. It's highlighted, and then I'll left click. Now I have the same desktop on the computer and the same desktop on here. The computer will pass through the document camera if the document camera is powered up but not turned on. And if you look at the document camera here, you see it has a little amber light. The amber light means that it's got power. So it's connected to it's plugged into the wall, but it's not turned on. So I'll turn it on. Now we've got a green light. If I turn it off, I need to hit it twice. Once, twice. One time we'll turn it on. Next to the power switch is the source. And you can see that the green light down here below the source is on the little laptop icon. I'm going to press the upper one, which looks a little bit more like a document camera, and you'll see that it lights up green. So you can have your laptop hooked up into the document camera and use them and go back and forth. There's menus, there's all kinds of stuff over here. There's a zoom for changing, how much of your image is being shown. And there's a touch autofocus that just pushing like that will make the camera automatically focus on your document. So this is the document camera, and there's one mounted to the table in the front of each of the rooms in the math building. There's the arm articulates. So It's up and down, and there's the light on the front. If I were using a Macintosh, I'd have one of these little adapters. The way it works is to put this onto the connector first, and then plug it into your Macintosh. The last thing I want to go over, I'm going to plug this back into the computer again. The last thing I'm going to go over here, and I will bring up some kind of little audio on Windows Media Player. There ought to be something. This is what you do when it all gets too much. So this is the audio-visual cabinet, and we have two pieces of equipment. We have a DVD VCR, and we have an amplifier. The amplifier is on, you can see, because the display is lit up. If it's not on, then this is the power down at the bottom left. Turn that on, and we press above the computer label, it says CD. So that means that we're getting computer audio, and you can hear the computer audio. So that's coming from the laptop that I have on the table. So a lot of the problems that we get is that the audio isn't working for one reason or another. So I'm going to show you a couple different things to do to help with that. I'll turn this down now. One is that there's a little indicator here to the left where it says CD, and it says speakers A. Those are the speakers that are hooked up to this room. If I press the speaker button down at the bottom, it now changes to speakers B. There's nothing. If I hit it again, there's no speakers turned on at all. And again, you're not going to get any sound. We need to go back to speakers A. And there's our little tune again. Another thing that happens sometimes is that the tape monitor switch gets pushed. People get confused and start pushing buttons sometimes. So the tape monitor will turn everything off, and you'll see this little tiny display up here with a red box that says tape monitor. Turn that off, and your sound will come back. You have left-right balance. It's a stereo system in here. You have bass and treble controls. And that's pretty much it for the amplifier. If you want to play a tape or a DVD through here, you press the VCR button, and then this functions just the way you'd expect it to. You have a little DVD drawer that comes out, if you're willing and patient enough to wait for it. And that's how you play your DVD. There's a remote control for the DVD VCR that lives in the cabinet along with the remote control for the projector. And this is the eject for the VHS tape, and this is the power for this. So I've just turned that off. Turn this amplifier off, and close up the cabinet. And lock it up. And I think we're just about done. So thank you so much for spending time with me here. And if you have any questions, you can call me at extension 22554, or you can put in a system aid ticket with the system aid, which you should have on your DVC computer. Or if not, perhaps the division secretary can help you with that, or you can call me and I can figure out whatever needs to be done and put in a ticket for you. So two last reminders. One, be sure to get a key from the division secretary to the cabinet, otherwise you won't be able to open it. The second is, if you're using a Mac, get whatever Mac adapter you need that goes from your Macintosh laptop to VGA. Most commonly that's Mini DisplayPort to VGA. Get a real Apple I. There's lots of knockoffs that you can get much more cheaply. They don't always work. So get an Apple I. Better yet, get two. So call me if you have any troubles, and welcome to DVC.